Hey Smashers, welcome to your Daily Smash for Wednesday, June 11th, 2024. I'm Rick.
I'm Kelly.
You can hear us today on Jeff Lewis on Sirius XM at 9 a.m. Pacific, noon Eastern Time on Jeff Lewis Live. Not sure what we're going to talk about. Maybe my new show?
Yeah, everyone's telling me that I really need to, get dressy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because Patrick and Paul do their fashion
Rundown. I don't know what I'm going to wear.
Really? You have some good options. What about one of your new...
outfits from Jessica Barr?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they look so good on you.
Yeah.
There is breaking news on this day. We're recording on Tuesday for Wednesday. Hunter Biden was convicted. I'm sure you've all heard about it. I don't want to get too political here, but I told Kelly something that she didn't really know about Hunter Biden, which is that he has a child out of wedlock that his dad, the president, wouldn't acknowledge for like 4 years.
Yeah.
That's a hot topic.
Hot topic. Wait, so he didn't want the stripper baby?
Yeah, he tried to claim that, and I'm not sure she was a stripper or a prostitute or she was just I think she was a stripper. Can be. We know that he had relationships with strippers and prostitutes and crack ladies over the years. He had 3 daughters with his first wife. He had a 4th daughter in 2018 in Arkansas with a woman named London Alexis Roberts. And he denied paternity. And then she sued him for paternity and had a DNA test and proved that he was in fact the daddy.
The baby daddy.
So she won a judgment where he had to pay her $20,000 a month. And a couple years ago, he went back to the court to try and reduce his payment, saying he couldn't afford it anymore. And during that whole time, his dad...
Even, he couldn't afford it even after doing that whole thing with Russia and
yeah,
all that?
That's what he said. So during that whole time, his dad would never acknowledge that he had a 7th grandchild. He always said he had 6.
Well, he's got dementia. Can you blame him? That's not many. My grandma had 30.
30 grandkids?
Yes.
Well, I remember...
My dad is one of 8 and
Yeah. I interviewed one of your great aunts or somebody who had I don't know, some crazy number.
Yeah. So we have a big family, a big Mexican Catholic family.
So Hunter...
Huge.
Went back to court, and it's not revealed how much he renegotiated the payments for, but he, in addition to giving her money, he also gave her a bunch of his paintings. And then he was painting, and he was selling them for decent money. And at that point, the baby mama wanted to change the kid's last name to Biden so she could take advantage of the family name.
Uh-huh.
And I guess that was one of the negotiating points, and she agreed to drop that.
Oh, he didn't want to have anything to do. He didn't want that. He didn't really acknowledge the baby.
He didn't want that baby to have the Biden name.
Wow.
And the judge agreed to not give the kid the Biden name.
Oh, my gosh. You know something similar to that?
What?
The what's that guy, Prince Andrew? Or is it Edward from Monaco?
Yeah, I'm not big on royalty. I don't know exactly.
He had a kid out of wedlock.
Yeah.
And...
I think it was Andrew.
No, I think it was Ed. Something like that. Grace Kelly's kid, son, had a child out of wedlock.
Yeah.
And they don't recognize that daughter. And she grew up in Arizona.
So she's royalty in essence.
She's royalty in essence, but they don't claim her as royalty.
Well, that's too bad. Well, Biden eventually admitted to having his other granddaughter, but he still often omits her when he's talking about his extended family. Oh. So anyway, we had dinner at Cousin Tony's last night, and Rebecca made a salmon that was unbelievably great.
Unbelievable. I need she said she got soy sauce, a little bit of honey, sherry. And
then she marinated it for an hour.
With Dijon mustard.
What was the stuff that she served it with? Not rice.
Couscous.
Couscous. That was really good too,
wasn't it?
That's not easy to make, is it?
Oh, it was easy. It was in a box.
Oh, I didn't realize.
It went.
Oh, okay. Oh, you watched her do it?
I watched her. And it's from the
How'd
box.
it go?
It just poofs.
Oh, it reminded me of something else.
I know. It just poofed up, and yeah.
It was so good. So I brought it up because we were sitting there watching the news after the hockey game. and the story came on about how they're building these really cool looking homes, modular homes, for homeless teens in California. And I looked at Kelly and go,
or just people that are really down and out.
But young people, they said.
Young. And
I said really to Kelly, young. Listen.
Kids that are able to work and have a job, right?
Yeah.
Kids.
So if you get addicted to drugs, drop out of school, start living on the streets, maybe commit some crimes, who knows, and then say, well, you know what, I want to do better. Oh, okay, well, here's a free house.
Yeah.
And I'm all for helping people who are down on their luck and need a hand up, as long as they're willing to work for it. That's fine.
I'm willing for a hand up. Those people are hard on their times, right? That's why if you have some kind of ailment that you're not able to work, of course we should take care of those people. Of course. But if you are able to work, that's what drove me crazy in San Francisco. When I first moved there in 2004, our one-bedroom apartment was $6,000, and there was crackheads living in there on 3rd Street and Mission. Yeah. And I'm like, how do they have... And then my other friends, because they're lotteries, all the firemen, the teachers, no one could afford to live in the city of San Francisco. They had to move on the outskirts. That was it was a slap in the face for people that are low-paid service workers.
Yeah.
Should be getting that.
Cops, firefighters, school teachers who barely make enough to get by. Why aren't we providing them with housing? They're providing a public service. They're taking care of us.
Right.
Why don't we take care of them first instead of the people who, sorry, but most of them don't deserve it. They don't want it. They don't deserve it. They're not doing anything except getting high, getting drunk, and sleeping on the street. When you provide handouts,
you're never going to have a good society. You're not, because it's gonna be broken there. Okay.
Well, one of the problems is we're allowing thousands of migrants into the country every single day now who aren't being vetted, and now we're giving them the services that could be and should be going to homeless we already have here, and others in need.
It should be going to our schools, paying our teachers. My cousin just wrote me on my story. She's like, how come I don't get... I'll show you the text message that she wrote me.
Yeah, about housing?
Yeah. It's she's like, I can't afford it. I'm like, Jolie said that one of her teachers at Mater Dei says she can't afford to live here. She can't afford to live here in Orange County with the amount of money that she is making. That, to me, is I want to do everything that we can to help public servants that aren't able to make ends meet. Why don't we help those people? Listen, we should help the people that are hard on their luck. A hand up.
Yes.
When you start giving handouts, why would there be any incentive to work?
Right.
Why would there be any incentive?
There
to work?
needs to be some kind of measure. If you're mentally ill, we should figure out a way to provide mental health services to that group. If you're an addict, well, maybe there's a way to get them into rehab or something, and as long as they stay on the program, they can have a free place to stay. Things like that, incentive based.
Yes.
But when you just give it all away, and maybe some of this is incentive based. I don't know. Maybe they're going to tell them you can have this place as long as you have a job, and if they're doing that, that's fine. That's great.
Right.
I support that.
I felt so bad for hearing that especially about teachers.
Yeah.
And firefighters and cops and it's heartbreaking.
I agree. I wanted to share some comments. Terry Berry said, Kelly, can you show what bracelets you're wearing and how you layer them? I love this look.
Oh, okay. Well, I took my nail ring off my Cartier. I had a Cartier bracelet that had diamonds around it, $10,000 during COVID. We went bike riding in New York. The screw, it was loose and it fell out. So I don't wear that one anymore. So I have this Cartier. Rick bought this for me in New York from his jeweler, Lana Neiman. You bought this from Lana. And you bought this from Lana. We have an awesome jeweler in New York City.
Yeah, Lana Neiman.
And I did have the Cartier nail
Yeah.
But it would twist and turn, and it would like... It would
hurt, right?
Yeah, so I took that one off.
Oh. Is there a way to wear that where it wouldn't do that? Is there a way
I
to...
would probably have to wear it on this.
A pad or something? Oh, okay. All right.
Because it turns.
Peggy Donna said Caesar's Republic gets the win for upgrading you guys. They are more likely to sell your original room than the suite, which is a great point, right? So they get your free advertising and they sell another room.
Wow.
So a lot of people supported you asking or us asking for upgrades.
Okay, that's nice. Thank you.
And a lot of you, and thank you for this too, encourage us to continue to be political when it's appropriate. When we want to talk, they're like, it's your platform. You should be able to say whatever you want.
Right. Well, we lose followers.
Well, yeah, I guess that's the downside.
Yeah.
Beach Guy. Good morning, Smashers. Love you guys. This is America. You vote for what you believe in. Keep it up. The left will love you if you play their game. If you ask a question, you're out. Thanks for my daily dose of reality and the freedom to speak your mind. You have a lot of supporters out there.
Well, I just got a text message from one of our patrons /smashers from Kim Devlin. Mm-hmm. And she, I'm going to read this to you guys. She goes, I made a comment yesterday on YouTube on the post. I screenshotted it and said something like, Brittany Griner making the Olympic team is disgusting. She wouldn't even stand for our anthem. And Biden made a deal to exchange her for a Russian arms dealer is an atrocity. My comment was, I believe, shadow banned because I'm still getting notifications when people have posted on the thread. But my comment was hidden within 15 minutes. Unless you guys hid it, YouTube is shitty for that.
We did not hide it. It's entirely possible that someone at YouTube decided that it violated some sort of community standard. I don't know. But I didn't even realize Brittany Griner was named to the women's Olympic team, and I would have to agree with her. That's not fair.
Yeah.
That someone who wouldn't stand for the national anthem, we're going to have them represent our country in the Olympics?
Right.
Isn't that a direct contradiction?
Yes.
If you don't believe in America, if you don't want to stand for our anthem, then you shouldn't be out there playing for America in the Olympics.
Right.
And get all the benefits that come with that.
Exactly.
I mean, that's messed up.
And why would they shadow ban that comment when, see, that's the problem.
I didn't see the original comment. I don't know what she said.
Oh, I have it right here.
The original one?
I think so. I think she sent it. But anyway.
Can I read you? There's two more really good ones here. This one from Joy Golembiski. My husband got us a penthouse suite at New York, and Las Vegas 4 years ago just by asking for a room with a view because it was my first time in Vegas. The lady checking us in told him there was none available in our price point. He jokingly said, well, if I have to get the penthouse, she said, wait a minute, talk to the manager, and we got it.
Oh my gosh, that's great.
Private elevator, 37th floor, 3 terraces, view of the strip.
That's awesome.
You don't get it if you don't ask.
Right.
And then this one, I have to read this from Steph, 18844. I came to the USA legally. It cost me thousands. I had to have a physical and ensure that I had all mandatory vaccines. I was asked questions in my interviews such as, have you ever belonged to a terrorist organization? Have you ever lived off the avails of prostitution? I had to wait 2 years to get my new driver's license because of incompetence and lost paperwork. I pay taxes every year and cannot vote because I am not a citizen. Many like me. I will never vote Democrat when I become a citizen. Another $1,000 from my wallet for that paperwork. I don't vote for folks who crap on those who obey the rule of law and treat those who break laws with special privileges. Well, here we go getting political again.
Well, it's just, you start getting into big government, which is happening right now. Do you see what's happening? Then you're in trouble, folks.
But we've talked about this where many of your friends came here as teenagers from Ukraine, Russia, had to go through the proper channels, the proper procedures, as did every other immigrant before 3 or 4 years ago, except for those who would sneak in. And now we're letting them in without even vetting them. I just don't
understand how. I mean, you see other countries like Britain, right? They had all these influx of, Indians, Pakistanis,
Muslims,
Afghanis,
Middle
Easterns come in. And same with Paris. It put a strain on their economy. It put a strain. You see what happens with that, right?
Yeah.
And I don't understand how we, as our country, can't learn from those countries.
From their mistakes?
From their mistakes.
Seems pretty obvious to me. I know you have a doctor's appointment to get to, so I'm going to get to In the News now.
In the news, baby. In the news. We're not doing Hot Topics? Or was it Hot Topic?
We did a Hot Topic was
Hot
Biden.
Topic was Biden. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this guy goes to lunch with a blow-up doll. And a waitress took a video of it and posted it on TikTok. And she got fired for posting the video.
Wow.
She said, I work at a nice restaurant in Charlotte, and I need you guys to see what just came in the door. She then flipped the camera to zoom in on a male diner seated across the room with an inflatable female doll propped up on the seat across from him. The doll had yellow blonde hair and appeared to be wearing a black sleeveless dress and was even hand-fed grapes by her human tea. And then she goes, no words. So it turns out that apparently this guy lost a fantasy football bet. And because he lost the fantasy football bet, he had to have lunch with a blow-up doll. But
that girl should not have gotten
No,
fired.
she shouldn't have, especially knowing the facts. Like, first of all, it's so random and weird. Like, of course, why wouldn't you take a video? And like, oh, you can't show our customers? The guy was dining with a blow-up doll.
It was a joke.
But I'm sure the guy who lost the bet had no idea that a waitress would be fired over it. He's got to feel bad about it.
Yeah.
There's got to be something good that happens to that lady.
I hope something does.
Yeah, me too. Sorry for the shortened version.
But you can. It's just so crazy how backwards everything is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just crazy to me. It was so funny. We went to go to the gym. We walked to the gym today, and there's this like WeWork space right off of Lido, SAP.
I'm gonna take my magnesium.
And Blue Bottle coffee is there, and it's great coffee. But in there is a restroom, and it's all gender. And
I shot a quick video.
Oh yeah.
Because I believe this is the future of bathrooms, and there's nothing revolutionary about it really. But you're seeing more of these, and I think eventually this is all there will be. Is like a main area where everyone washes their hands in the same sinks, and then individual, and not with like the door that you can look under or over, like a little mini room with a door, a stall,
and a urinal,
a toilet or a urinal.
Yeah, well,
and some of them had men, and I guess they had urinals in them.
Yes,
but then most of them said all gender.
Right.
So everyone uses the same bathroom, but you have privacy.
Right.
I mean, then we don't have to decide who's a guy, who's a girl, who identifies as what. It's just like, okay, it's all gender. So whatever you are, go in your little room and do your business, and then we'll all wash our hands together.
Rick goes, this is the way the future of the bathrooms are going.
You know what? It makes sense. Whatever. It's fine. We all have to adapt, right? We have to adjust to the changing times.
Well, and everything changes, right?
It does.
Everything changes. Everything... Yeah.
All right, you need to go to the doctor.
Yes.
Get your checkup.
It's 111, babies. Make a wish.
All right, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks so much for your support.
Guys.
Subscribe here if you haven't yet, okay?
Please.
Thanks. Have a great day.
Have a great day.